Hey there! Today I'd like to show you how to make Bigos. It was actually my first time doing Bigos on my own, but it went out perfectly. You may ask yourself, why would you want to do it? And I'll answer you. First of all, it's a holiday dish. We eat it on Christmas, on Easter, but not during the day of Christmas or day of Easter, because these days are strictly made for vegetarian dishes. Second of all, it refrigerates well. You can make huge quantities of it and store it later in the fridge. Third of all, and most importantly, it's a great hangover cure, because it consists of sauerkraut and fat. You will need sauerkraut and different kinds of meats. They have to be fat and tasty. You will have to use them in proportions 1:1. For example, 1 kilo of sauerkraut and 1 kilo of different kinds of meats. I used 1.6 kilo of sauerkraut, half a kilo of chuck steak, 0.3 kilo of smoked bacon, 0.8 of Polish sausage. You will also need an onion and mushrooms. For these proportions I used 2 onions and around 2 mushrooms. You will also need a couple of seasonings: allspice, bay leaves. I also used dried juniper berries, but people also use dried plums. Tried to be as classic as possible. Separate the sauerkraut from the liquid it comes with. Keep it. If you don't want it to be too sour, you will need to strain it with boiling water. You will want to do it a couple of times, until it's good. If the sauerkraut pieces are too long for you, you can chop it beforehand. Put the sauerkraut into the cooking pot. Add a little water. Now, prepare the meats for simmering. You will want to cut all the meats into cubes or simply small pieces of meat. Fry onion along with bacon and pork for a couple of minutes until the meat has stiffened. After that, put it all into large cooking pot. The sauerkraut, meats, spices, and most importantly, mushrooms. Bring the mixture to the boiling point and then lower the heat. Stir occasionally so that it doesn't burn on the bottom. Dish is ready to be served when meat, that you previously made stiff, has become tender and all the mixture smells amazing. It usually takes around an hour. If you want to make it more sour, as you usually want it to be a little bit sour, add the sour cabbage juice that you should have stored earlier. You can also use tomato paste. It also adds interesting flavor and color. Remember to fix the mix with whatever would help in your opinion, even if it's something weird like sugar or cloves. Keep in mind the dish is best served the day after you make it. The taste builds up overnight while stored in the cool place. And I think that's all I wanted to say to you about Bigos. If you liked this episode, feel free to click subscribe and click the like button below. Happy cooking!